I'll sell in the spring. It's the most common sentence I hear from Bucks County and Montgomery County homeowners who have been thinking about listing for 1, 2, 3 years or so. The spring market is real. There are genuine reasons why spring produces more buyer activity and higher sales prices on average. But to answer whether you should wait for spring in this specific market right now is more complicated than most people think. And getting it wrong can cost you time that you don't have or money you didn't need to leave behind. I'm Josh Wernick, a realtor and certified pricing strategy advisor, and let me give you the real answer to this question, starting with why spring matters and then why this market specifically changes the calculation. Why spring is traditionally the best time to sell. The real reason, the spring selling season, roughly March through June, has historically produced the highest buyer activity and the strongest sale prices for several compounding reasons. Families with school-age children want to be settled before the next school year starts, which means they need to close by August, so they're going to need to start looking in March or April to have enough time. Tax refund season puts more buyers in a financial position to act. Warmer weather means better curb appeal, more daylight for showings, and homes that simply photograph better with leaves on the trees. Inventory typically rises in the spring, but buyer demand rises even faster, which sustains the seller favorable competitive dynamics that drive prices up. These are real patterns with real data behind them, and they hold in Bucks and Montgomery County as consistently as anywhere in the country. Why this market specifically changes the spring calculus. Bucks and Montgomery County have 791 detached homes for sale across a region of 1.7 million people. That number, 791. A balanced market for this population would have 8,000 to 12,000 active listings. We have less than 10% of normal supply. What that means for the spring timing question is this. In a normal inventory market, listing in the spring gives you meaningfully more buyers than listing in October or January. In a market with virtually no inventory, buyers are active every month because they have no choice. The buyer who lost 3 offers last October did not stop looking in January. They are still looking right now. They will still be looking in September. The buyer pool in this market is not seasonal the way it is in a normal inventory environment. It is persistent and frustrated and will respond to well-priced inventory whenever it appears. That doesn't mean that the spring market doesn't matter in our market. It still does. The school calendar buyer, the tax refund buyer are real and concentrated in the spring, but the advantage of spring over other seasons in Bucks and Montgomery County is smaller than in a normal market and smaller than it was 5 years ago. The question you should actually be asking, the right question is not, is spring better than other seasons? It's, what is waiting for a better season costing me right now? If you've been saying, I'll sell in the spring for 2 years, and now you're in the spring window, the calculus is your home has likely appreciated during those 2 years, which is good, but every month you delay is a month of carrying the costs, the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, the maintenance on an asset you've decided to sell. For $700,000 home, carrying costs runs 3,000 to 5,000 per month or more. 2 years of that is 72,000 or $120,000 in carrying costs on an asset that you were mentally done with. If spring is genuinely your window, if the school calendar matters to your move, if you need the better photos, if you've been preparing the house for a spring listing, then spring is right and you're in the right window now. List this month. If spring has been a way of delaying a decision you've been avoiding, and I say this with genuine respect because I have this conversation regularly, and the season is not the obstacle. The uncertainty about where you go next is probably the obstacle, and that's a solvable problem, and that doesn't require waiting for any particular month to start figuring it out. The one time definitely not to wait for spring is if your reason for selling is a life event, a divorce, estate, health change, job relocation, financial pressure. The market does not care what month it is, and neither should you. Life events require action on the timeline that life gives you, not the timeline that Zillow's seasonal chart suggests. A correctly priced home in any month in this market will sell. Waiting for spring in a life event situation is waiting for permission that the market doesn't require you to have. If you've been saying I'll sell in the spring and now you're in the spring, the window is open. If you want to talk through whether now is the right moment for your specific situation, text me at 267-934-5674. The conversation takes 15 minutes and it either confirms your timing or helps you figure out what is actually stopping you. The seller guide and the where do I go if I sell guide are both in the description. If you found this helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you on the next one.